Hi everyone and welcome back to Evocative Scents once again. Today I will be looking at the two fragrances from the Lattafa's Bade'e Al Oud lineup. Although their bottle design is very similar, these fragrances are completely different, just like their bottle color. For me, one of these fragrances is an absolute gem in terms of smell. Stay tuned for the full review as I will suggest you another high quality alternative for one of these fragrances. And if you are new to the channel, do consider subscribing to the channel. And while you are there, hit the notification bell as well. Let's begin with the packaging. For the price these fragrances come, these are some really fancy packaging. The fragrances are in the hard box with a see-through front, which is just a transparent plastic, with the name of the fragrance on the top, here the Oud for Glory, and the Bade'e Al Oud lineup. Now let's take a look at the back. Here it mentions Eau de Parfum concentration and all the necessary details which are required. And then there is the hologram for the authenticity of the product. Now let's grab the bottle, which is snugly fit inside the box. Now if you take a look at the bottle, you will see that the bottle design is very close to the fragrance it is trying to copy. And instead of just putting a sticker at the bottom, they went with shiny golden finish with engraving on it. The bottle design is very similar to Oud for Greatness. And on the top of the cap there is Lattafa as well as the logo on it. The bottle has kind of a rubberized finish and it really feels nice in the hands. The back of the bottle is fairly simple with only the Lattafa written on it. Now let's take a closer look at the bottom, which I had earlier discussed. It has kind of a golden mirror finish with Bade'e Al Oud written on it, and once again it mentions 100 ml and Eau de Parfum concentration. Now let's take a closer look at the Honor and Glory as well. The packaging of Honor and Glory is also very similar to the Oud for Glory. It just comes in a white packaging. And from what I remember, this is also released a little bit later than the Oud for Glory, and therefore the writing is little bit different, but there is once again a hologram at the back. There is also a lot more information than the Oud for Glory, and as we open up the box it is very similar as I had said earlier, but you can see that there is a small letter at the bottom of the box which wasn't present in the Oud for Glory box. Now let me open it up. Here it mentions the Lattafa's website and the note breakdown of this fragrance. Now let's keep this aside and grab the bottle. One good thing about this packaging is that the bottle is very snugly fit, so it won't fall here and there while sipping. Once again you can see that the pattern is same as the Oud for Glory, the black bottle. Here it is just a combination of white and gold, and again there is a metallic finish at the bottom of the bottle. But with this fragrance I don't know if this is cloning any perfume or not, and smell wise this is a very unique perfume. The matte finished bottle with a soft white color looks very beautiful and feels good to hold in the hands. That's it for the packaging. Let's quickly move on to the spray before moving on to the smell. It is just a normalized atomizer with no pressurized sprayer. It is nice and wide spray, nothing to complain about. Now let's begin with the smell of Oud for Glory. As from the bottle design, it is not very difficult to see which perfume it is trying to be a clone of. This perfume takes inspiration heavily from a cologne called Oud for Greatness from the Initio Perfumes. The opening is heavily dependent on the saffron note, along with little bit of spices like nutmeg. While this perfume is a very good representation of what the original perfume smells like, there are certainly some differences. The saffron, especially in this perfume, smells a bit synthetic when you sniff it up close. The note breakdown of this perfume is not very complex. On the top there is spicy saffron, and in the heart and the base there is presence of oud, along with muskiness in the dry down. But if you can ignore the synthetic smell, especially when sniffing up close, this is an excellent perfume. Especially in the air it will smell very expensive, and for the 1600 Indian rupees you can get a very good feel of what the Initio perfume smells like. This can be an excellent option for people who don't want to spend too much on the perfumes. But if you are one of those people who like this DNA but want something of higher quality, then I would highly suggest you to try Ahmad Al Maghribi Bin Sheikh. The note breakdown is fairly similar to this one, but it has a little twist to it. It has the added sweetness and the sugar note, along with the authentic oud note. So if it is possible, save the money and grab that Ahmad Al Maghribi Bin Sheikh. But keep it in mind that it costs twice as much. In terms of performance, it is much better than average. It has a very good projection for around 1 to 1.5 hours. And as far as longevity is concerned, you can get around 6 to 7 hours on clothes. This is a very good perfume, especially for the price. Excellent presentation and excellent packaging. But there are better options available at slightly higher price point. And the Beansec is nowhere close to the price of Oud for greatness. As far as Oud for glory is concerned, since this is an Oud based fragrance, it can be a little bit polarizing in nature. This is definitely a cold weather fragrance and is more suited to casual events or special occasions. Now let's move on to the second fragrance, Honor and Glory. Now this one is a totally gourmand fragrance. As soon as you spray it, you will get a beautiful pineapple along with a creamy sweetness. The pineapple here is nothing like Creed Aventus or Club de Nuit Intense. This is perfectly unisex and very easy to wear. The sweetness is due to the creme brulee note. This fragrance gives a feel of tropical sweet drink. Again, this is not a very complex fragrance. There is pineapple creme brulee along with a little bit of spiciness, and then there is the sandalwood and vanilla at the base. In terms of smell, this is very smooth and mass appealing in nature. And this is one of those few perfumes which can be worn all year round, except in perhaps high heat. And if you are a stickler of sweet gourmand fragrances, I would highly recommend you to try this one. It is such an easy fragrance to wear and get compliments with it. However, since this is a sweet and fun-loving fragrance, it is not exactly suitable for office or as a formal fragrance. And like any other cologne out there, it has its own share of weakness. While this one is excellent in terms of smell, it is not exactly great in terms of performance. The projection is very soft for around half an hour to 1 hour. Longevity on clothes is just around 3 to 4 hours. But since the smell is so appealing and unique in nature, this can be an excellent option for date fragrance. And of these two perfumes, this one is personally my favorite. If you are looking for any fragrance that is similar to Oud for greatness and at a price of under 2000 Indian rupees, then you can certainly consider this fragrance. In fact, at this price point, it is a very good option. But if you are looking for a more versatile and easy wearing fragrance to get more compliments, any sweet gourmand fragrance or an excellent date fragrance, regardless of performance, then I would highly suggest you to try this Honor and Glory. If you took anything value of this video, hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. And if you have tried any of these perfumes, I would love to hear your thoughts about them. And if you have any feedback to provide, please let me know in the comment section down below. So that's it for today's video, and until next time, stay safe and as always, stay honest.